This video is going to take an in-depth look at other charges in the contract management module. We'll look at how to set up the other charges that can be placed on a contract. We'll look at how to set them up on an individual contract, and then we'll also take a look at how to generate those charges for placement onto an invoice. First, let's take a look at the rule. There is in rule maintenance a rule called other charges, which we can see here. You can specify a code name, a grouping that it falls under, a description of what the charge is, and then an item code that it bills from. In this example, they're all billing off of the miscellaneous item code, the MISC code, but if you wanted to have them bill to other items that you had set up, you would just set that here. Now let's look at a contract. I'll pull up my 2011 pricing contract, and if I go to other charges, I can see that some have been set up for this. If I click edit and uncheck the show selected, you'll see the other charges that are in the rule that we had set up before. If I want to add one of these, I would simply check it off and then set whatever the standard rate is for that charge. You can change any of this when you actually generate the charges, and you can also change these descriptions. So if instead of water plant maintenance, I wanted this to say just plant maintenance, or plant maintenance and management, you could do that. And you can set a default quantity. Again, all of these are going to be defaults when we go to generate the charges. It just allows you to set up what is typically billed. So let's save that. Now I'm going to go to transaction, contract management, generate other charges, and this will allow me to generate a service order with all of those charges on it. First thing, it's going to ask for that contract name. So I'll just type that in. If you want to link this back to a project, you can do so here. I will do that. And over here it's going to ask you to link it to a phase. I have an expenses phase, so I'll link it to that. And then you'll see in the grid it has all of the charges that we set up on this contract, and I can change these. Again, I can change these if I need to. So monthly inspection fees, I didn't know the quantity up front. Let's say that's 50. Number of copies, we did 40. Postage fee, 40. And maybe we didn't have a plant maintenance fee this month. You could change that to 0 if you don't want to bill it. Down at the bottom, this is going to be the settings for the service order that's generated, or the task that's generated. Those two things are synonymous. So I may have a work category, a department that I want to link it to. And for most everyone using this, all you need to do is build the service order. There's some other options here. You can print the last one that was created. You can, if you're using a separate statement form for these charges, you can take a look at what that's going to look like before you actually generate. So this is just a sample here, and you can see that it's breaking out those fees that I typed in. But for the most part, you just want to make sure these numbers are correct, and then go ahead and tell it to build a new service order. It'll tell you that it has generated and your service order number. And then you're just going to bill this through the Approve Edit Billing screen through Time Billing, just like any other service order. You'll notice that it's updated this row of fields here with the last bill date, your service order number, and the billing cycle. Next month when I come in here, I will see that I've generated one for last month. This is also helpful to know whether or not you've generated your other charges for this month already. So if you wanted to take a look at that, just click the print button, and then you'll see the actual service order that it generated along with a total. That's it for generating other charges.